People know we are talking about something, but we're really thinking about, let's get it finished first before we do that, please.
The Surgeon General this morning was talking about the coming week being among the hardest and saddest weeks of our lives. He was talking about this being our Pearl Harbor, our 9/11 moment. You all are talking about glimmers of hope and stabilization. How are the American people supposed to bridge those different descriptions that they're getting from this administration?
I don't think they're so different. I think we all know that we have to reach a certain point, and that point is going to be a horrific point in terms of death. But it's also a point at which things are going to start changing. We're getting very close to that level right now, and the next week and a half, 2 weeks are going to be, I think they're going to be very difficult. At the same time, we understand what they represent and what that time represents, and hopefully we can get this over with, because this is a very horrible thing for the world. And look, we're one country out of 182 now that have 182 countries. I have a friend of mine said he didn't know we had so many countries in the world. 182 countries are now affected by this, so we want to get it over with. Okay? Please.
Can I just ask one follow-up on some of those numbers that you were talking about earlier? How does that change the projections that you were making earlier this week of 100 to 1,000?
Well, we hope we can stay under those numbers. Those are numbers of death, and we hope we can stay under those numbers. That would be terrific, and as far under those numbers as possible. Now, we did nothing, you know that number too, but the American people really stepped up. So did the professionals. They just really stepped up. So we're hoping to stay under those numbers. And that means the minimum and the maximum, but we're hoping to stay under the minimum number. You know what that number was?
The numbers that you were talking about today.
Well, to stay as far under that minimum number. That's what we want to do.
Mr. President, as President, in this country and around the world, and while you acknowledge you're not a physician, you do promote these medicines extensively here. How do you not go so far as to be giving medical advice? And you said yesterday you might take some of these medicines even though you don't have symptoms. Are you still planning to do that? And how do you calibrate being enthusiastic and not playing doctor?
Because I want people to live, and I'm seeing people dying. And I've seen people that are going to die without it. And you know the expression, when that's happening, they should do it. What really do we have to lose? We also have, this medicine's been tested for many years for malaria and for lupus, so it's been out there. So it's a very strong, powerful medicine, but it doesn't kill people. We have some very good results and some very good tests. You've seen the same test that I have. In France, they had a very good test. They're continuing. But we don't have time to go and say, gee, let's take a couple of years and test it out. And let's go and test with the test tubes and the laboratories. We don't have time. I'd love to do that. But we have people dying today. As we speak, there are people dying. If it works, then it'd be great. If it doesn't work, we know for many years, malaria, it's incredible what it's done for malaria. It's incredible what it's done for lupus, but it doesn't kill people. That's one of the things with a vaccine. When we have a vaccine, we have to do tests, because when you inject that vaccine, when they take whatever it is they have to take, we have to make sure it doesn't have a horrible impact, destroy somebody. Good. So we have to test it for a long period of time. This one, not so much, because it's been out there. Now, I'm not acting as a doctor. I'm saying, do nation that if you have a problem with your heart, you shouldn't take what we call the Z-Pack. You shouldn't take it, and that's okay.
The Z-Pack.
But I would love to go to a laboratory and spend a couple of years testing something. We don't have time. We don't have 2 hours, because there are people dying right now. If it does help, great. If it doesn't help, we gave it a shot. We gave it a shot. That's the way I feel. You know, we passed something. Yeah, I would be very serious about taking it. We passed something that I'm very proud of. It's called Right to Try. For 45, 50 years they've been trying. It makes so much sense. We have the greatest doctors and labs and lab technicians, greatest medicines, the greatest minds in the world. Everybody admits it. And when we're close to having something, or when we have something that tests incredibly well, you couldn't use it for years because they would take years and years to test. So with the help of also Democrats, I got it bipartisan, but they've been trying to get this passed for decades, you know that. It's called right to try. So a person would be diagnosed terminally ill from something. And in the old days, meaning before a year ago, money they'd go home and die with no hope. We got a thing called right to try. If somebody's very ill, terminally ill, they're going to die. And it was very common, it's not as easy as it sounds, because there were huge liability problems. The drug companies didn't want to do it because they didn't want it on test results, because these are very sick people, so they didn't want to bring down their test results. The insurance companies have tremendous problems. They got everybody in the room and said, look, we'll sign a waiver. The person taking it will say, we're not going to sue. The family's not going to sue the drug company, not going to sue the insurance company, not going to sue the state, the city, or the federal government. Okay? It's called exculpation. And we got it done. It's a very simple agreement. I don't know why nobody ever thought of it, but they never thought of it. I did. And we got it done. Now we have right to try, which is actually, in my opinion, much more difficult than what we're talking about here. But if there's a medicine or something, a possible cure or something that's looking good, and somebody has something they're going to die or they're very sick, they take it. And you know, we've had some unbelievable results. Unbelievable results. And it also gives the people hope. Yes, please.
The doctors who are treating coronavirus patients, they have the medical expertise to determine and there are already clinical trials in place looking at hydroxychloroquine.
Amounts of 29 million doses. We have it coming from all of the labs. We're actually now doing it here because in case it does work, we want to have it. And we've given it to drugstores. We're sending it all over. FEMA's doing it. FEMA's doing it. We're doing it through different channels, many different channels.
This guy's a wreck.
That make it. It's a very special thing. Now, it may not work, in which case, hey, it didn't work. And it may work, in which case it's going to save a lot of lives. Now, a lot of people say if the people walking in prior to getting it, if they take it, it has a profound effect. Well, maybe it does, or maybe it doesn't. I don't want to wait a year and a half to find out. And only CNN would ask that question. Fake news. Go ahead.
Sir, I have one regional moment, but first I was hoping to ask Dr. Burks a question. The president just said that, based on the most recent data, that you've seen some change in the projection. I'm wondering if you could, you obviously have a week's more worth of data since the sort of 100,000 to 240,000 potential death figures that you gave us last week. So I'm wondering, with all the caveats that this was sort of based on continuing social distancing, and that we might see, you know, if one city pops, things could change dramatically. What are the sort of range that you're now looking at in terms of total death impact?
I think the most important thing right now is when we were talking about why we are hopeful. Well, hopeful because last time I was here, I wasn't able to really tell you that Italy and Spain were coming across their apex and coming down the other side. And I think, to me, that's extraordinarily hopeful. They just completed 4 weeks of really strong mitigation. And I think that's our word to the American people, is we could potentially be better. Now, Dr. Fauci today got another update from another independent modeler, and the numbers came in close to that 100,000 number again. But we believe, Dr. Fauci and I, that if every American follows the guidelines, 6 feet, washing hands, not social gathering, that will have an even greater impact. And the other side of the equation certainly is our remarkable healthcare providers, our respiratory therapists, our laboratory technicians, our nurses and doctors. They're saving lives every day. And so that changes the number too.
I also think that Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx are very impressed with the American people. And I'm not going to put words in anybody's mouth. I would never do that. But I am, and I will say that they are doing maybe a better job than we all thought even possible. When you look at streets in America, there's nobody on the street, no cars, no nothing. I see it. You know, I've seen those streets for a long time, and they're packed all the time. And now you see there's nobody. You look at other places. You look at what's going on in California, where they're doing a fantastic job. They really are. The governor's doing a great
They're doing a fantastic job. They really are.
job. A lot of people. Proud of a lot of people on the other side. You know, a lot of people. Really, I'm really delighted to work with people that, frankly, on other issues, I didn't get along so well. We disagree on this or that. We don't have to go into that now. But we're getting along with a lot of people, and they're happy with us. We're happy with them. But I really believe that the American people are doing a better job than anybody would have thought even possible. And that's one of the reasons we can even be talking about the kind of number that we hopefully will be talking about, which is at the minimum level instead of the maximum or beyond. It's not even the maximum, it's much beyond the maximum level, which would be horrific. Yeah, please.
Go ahead. Mr. President,
Please.
Secretary Esper mentioned the Department of Defense might be moving in the direction of using face coverings by former Vice President Biden, and mentioned he was going to be using a mask whenever he goes out now. Are we getting to a point where we might see members of the coronavirus task force also wear face coverings?
Well, it was voluntary as I saw it yesterday. And certainly if they want to, I would encourage it. I would have absolutely no problem with it if they wanted. We had a long meeting today. There's good